Hey everybody, Rodham here. Thanks for tuning in to The Philosopher King, a RimWorld royalty series about being a benevolent ruler in a benevolent society. Here's a little recap of the rules and goals we have for our society, and then all the projects that you got to vote on in weeks previous that I'm currently working on. We left off a little bit of a cliffhanger. We've got 36 humans to the west and 33 to the northeast, and I am going to have to deal with that. So here's how I'm going to deal with that. Animals. Everybody go to graze. What I want to do is to prepare the kill box for the incomers. Basically, prep it so that we can fit a few more turrets in here to increase our odds of success and survival. I am going to restrict everybody to home, and Bubblu and Mathis are going to go help me deal with a problem that I've got. So I am moving around these turrets here, and then I'm going to aim to repair them. I'm just moving around to fit more in so they don't chain explode, and then of course the one in the middle kind of intended to explode. Designed that way, you could say. So Mathis now has a Doomsday Launcher, and he's heading towards Bubblu. Now, before I rip apart these tribals, I just wanted to point out something kind of sad. I've been teasing Ervanath for being a liar for quite a few episodes now, and I just want to apologize, and here's why. So I was taking a look at Ervanath's family tree. She has a sister in Everbum, a mother in Toxo, and a father in Rego, which leads me to believe that instead of being a sole survivor, like she said she wasn't lying. She is instead a victim of child slavery. Basically, how else could you explain how her family was so ripped apart with family members all over the place? And the only explanation I came up with was she is indeed... all of her family members were sold. They basically didn't have a choice about where they went, what they did. And I think that is probably the most logical answer. Alright, so what I'm doing now is Bubblu and Mathis are going to spring a little bit of an attack on this group here. Bubblu is going to cast Invisibility. And Mathis is going to go in for the swift kill here of this western group. It's probably the easiest way to deal with these west raiders. So I need to make sure that a little bit closer. Mathis is within skip range, but I'm pretty sure they're just immediately going to flee. I mean, they're about to get super nuked. It also makes me think that I'm probably going to need some prisoner capacity. I'm temporarily going to throw some bed sheets in, so let's watch this. Yes, indeed, they are fleeing. All right, Bubblu. Let's get Mathis back to his weapon and get you back inside. Let's trip these doors. Mathis, you are going to grab an assault rifle and head north. Bubblu, you are going to close this door and head north. I'd love to render aid to the survivors of this attack, but truth be told, my hands are going to be full of their allies that are also coming for blood, so render aid, although nice, is low on my priority of list of things to do. So now we have 12 turrets, as you can see, laid out in the kill box. This should be a pretty effective way to cut through these tribals with minimal friendly losses, or whatever we will call it. And I suspect this group will come attack me any second now. Probably literally seconds. Poppy. Let's repair up some walls. I'm going to turn off the biofuel refiner. What's everyone working on? Chris, some last minute repairs, maybe? We can manufacture that. That's fine. Zero and Talon are going to heal up as much as they can in the period of time that they have. And Toxo is now assaulting. Alright, so that means I want to get everybody in position and ready to deal with this assault. I'm going to try to get as much repairs as I can done in time. Animals to the barn for your own safety. Who is Faustopia? Sorry, you're not finishing that meal. And Chris. Oh no, Chris is already here. Poppy is already here. Shay. You are hauling sandbag material. I don't know if there's time for that, but I'd like to try to get it. Depends on how close you are. Mathis. Okay, keep an eye on them. Shay, you are where? No, there's no time for that. All right, Shay, right here. Poppy, sorry, there's no time for you to eat either. Alright, everybody in position. It's about to get spicy. So there's 33 of them. Sienna Turtle, if there is to be one to be spared, it's Sierra here. Luckily, she's sort of in the back because she's 80 years old. How an 80-year-old gave birth to a 16-year-old, I really don't know. But, yeah, whatever. Oh, this steel mini turret is... Alright, let me just uninstall it real quick, because it's not going to survive. I overlooked it for repairs. And I don't really want it to be a trigger point of just exploding. Good enough. There we go. Bubbaloo. I think we'll try to stun. Oh, that didn't really work at all. Let's... Blinding pulse them. And skip them into one another. Alright, colonist needs treatment. Zero got hurt by a bowman. And Stork is crowding us as well. Talon, just travel around. It probably won't be... Okay, there we go. That's what I was waiting on. Now, what I'm going to do here, I know I'm getting stabbed up a little bit, is skipping... Oh, I missed it. I was trying to skip enemies into the exploding turret. Okay, so we are in a few brawling fights here. I don't know if I really want a Pilla on me. Let's go kill this one. Because it's hurting Yanshui a bit too much for my liking. There we go. And where we can, we will... Okay, there we go. Now they're fleeing. I'm going to tell all of my guys to not fire at will anymore. And try to just get out of their way. I will also turn off the turrets. Now, the one that I intended to blow up, blew up and took out a fair number of them. Alright, Yanshui goes straight to hospital bed. Bubbaloo, you too. Sienna Turtle, are you... I guess the fastest way to check this is Mother. Yep, she made it out. Okay. Fire at will. I'm the ones that are trying to hurt Talon, even though they're fleeing, are still enemies. And then anyone that's still up, I will rescue. I will capture, rather. What are they doing? I don't know exactly what they're doing. Yo, excuse me. All right, they're gonna have to get shot here because they're hanging around my kill box like they're confused or something. I don't know. Didn't want to have to do that, but something went real wonky wrong with their AI or something. I don't know. All right, so now this gives me the opportunity to capture 3 of them. Gonna go ahead and unforbid all of their stuff. Green, 2 out. No, I can't rescue you even if I wanted to. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna die too quickly. All right, Mathis. To spare myself the meds, I'm going to Doctor's Care No Meds everybody here. Talon has Tattered Apparel, which is not ideal. I don't think any of my people are seriously hurt, but I have a lot of little injuries that are going to need to heal up. It's going to make me far less productive than I otherwise would want to have been. All right, so I'm patching these guys up, and then these guys here are going to be reduced resistance until I will be able to release them. So I kind of like this layout of the base with a bait turret that is intended to explode. So I'm going to set that back up with these steel turrets. It's a pretty effective way to, clear it out. Okay, we're almost done. Mathis, go 10-0. And then I'm going to have to run around and tend to everybody else. If Talon has Tattered Apparel, it is time for me to start making recon armor. So let's queue that up. And then I wanted to go over some tips that I received from all of you. So first things first, I want a temporary stockpile here. Temporary stockpile will be low, because these stockpiles are normal, yeah. So when we make high explosive shells, take them to temp stockpile. When we make shield belt, take to temp. When we make EMP shells, take to temp. And this is so that we don't go over the amount that I've queued up to manufacture. And then recon armor, do until I have 1, bring to temp. Make sure it is good. Okay. I'll also have to temporary stockpile these clothing. And this is so that it counts against the number that I'm supposed to manufacture, because I hadn't done this, and if you take a look, I have a lot more shells than I intended to have. I was supposed to queue up until 25. I queued up until 30 because they were just dropping shells on the floor, which is a good way of wasting precious materials and all that. Oh, are you patching yourself? Okay, yeah, you are self-patching. So, let's see. Orders. I want a wall here, which is 5 inset. Alright, so that would look something like this. Cool. Another thing I wanted to point out, some other tips. So, Turtle Sandwich mentioned that in the dead space in my stockpiles, it would be a great place to store steel, or silver rather. And I entirely agree. So let's rename these stockpiles first. So southwest stockpile. southeast stockpile. And then we will have southwest silver, where it's critically important that we store silver. And the reason, it could have been really any metal, because metals don't decay over no roof. But silver makes the most sense because when we are trying to trade, we need silver near the trade beacons. So that's the reason for that. All right, so once we patch up, tidy up, we'll get that trade going again. Might be a little bit, but we'll get there. Animals, let's get you back to hauling and grazing. We are going to have a ton of corpses to cremate, I think. Yeah, there's 25 of them in here. Just making sure that no one collapsed on their way out, like Sienna or someone else. And they didn't, as far as I could tell. And then have Bubbaloo and Mathis tend to one another. I'm going to need a cleaner. I was just mentioning how... Well, no, you're also our cook. Yeah, we're gonna have to start cleaning. Okay. What other tips? So Cryptic Moon, not Mom. Cryptic Moon mentioned the wargs that were named wargs were the ones I sold, and they came back to haunt me. That's why they had names. So good call on that. Good eye. Okay, another thing I'd like is to store the tea closer to the dining room. Do that in just a second. These prisoners here can walk. Let's take a look at them. Just their bios. Underground or brawler. Fast walker, beautiful. Underground or kind. I don't really intend to add any of them to the roster, but I just wanted to look. Now let's haul the wood out because they could be used as makeshift clubs. Chris, clean up the blood in the hospital because that's not good to heal us up. Alright, Poppy healed. One of them went berserk and is meandering towards the other. He's knocking them all out. We had tore it off. Oh, he had just punched off the other guy's leg. That is not so good. Bunch of legless in there. Alright, Zero going for some food. Okay, we'll try to get those prisoners out the door before they cause any more harm. So here, actually this one will be... chocolate and wake up. And the other one will be tea. And smoke leaf. Fair percentage of our population is now healed and on their feet. Mathis, let's get cremating. We have a lot of bodies to go through. I will, once these guys are mostly healed up, put their legs back on. The fact that they don't have legs reduces their risk of rebellion and whatnot. Supplies for Andrew. More mine screws. Treaty of Mentalia will improve. Okay. I do need to trade with Mosquito Town pretty soon here, too. The other quest that I got, which is the 15 mine screws. And I wanted to send Faustopia and Shay, I believe. And I'll just wait until Faustopia is full healed, because we can pause straight there, which is no problem at all. Now our Bloodlust people in the community are very happy at the moment. So I can work them a little bit harder than I do the others. Make sure that my turrets get repaired. Alright, Mathis fully healed, Zero fully healed. Zero is going to be making the shield belt and then recon armor, I suspect. Yep. Indeed, I was right. Brilliant. Alright, so the recon armor is going to replace Talon's tattered marine armor, which is currently forced, but soon I will unforce it. We're going to work on meals here. I wouldn't mind actually removing some of these sniper rifles that are right outside of the prison. That seems like a recipe for something terrible. And back to sort of working on the old castle here. Okay, Faustopia is fully healed. That means that Faustopia and Shay are all set to go with the mine screws. So I'll get that going just right now. It's 15 mine screws, Faustopia and Shay. So let's launch. Oh, actually, you know what? Hold on 1 second. I am going to want some beds for these prisoners because Faustopia and Shay are in the bed that that I've designated for myself. So uninstall this. And uninstall this. Alright, so the bed I'll haul to a stockpile. And now let's launch. Alright, Shay, Faustopia, or Faustopia. We are going to send you with packed survival meals. And a ton of mine screws. How heavy caravan mass are you? Not that. Also take the stallion. And fill you up with blue furs too. And other leathers. That's for sale. Well, Godspeed to you. Alright, Yanshui healed up. Zero's almost done with that recon armor. Paid warfare, yeah, I won't be doing that. I'm actually going to hold off on that right there. So let's plan out what this wall is going to look like. So I'll keep what I've got over there. This is going to look real weird as it is in progress, but it will slowly make sense. And then just for roof support, I know I could put a column down, but I'm just going to put a single block because it's quicker. Okay, so we've got our T. Good. Shay going to get the animal or something. Oh, yeah, here we go. Ready for launch. Launching. Let me make sure I know where I'm going here. So we've got the mine screw at Mosquito Town. So just southwest of Trouble Puddle. Okay. So visit. And I may not use these again, so right now I'm just going to set their fuel to 0. Poppy. Anything is going to be renamed Ranged. And for now, I'm not going to allow their Recon armor. That's or Marine or Plate or Cataphract. Because that's going to be Talons. So I'm going to have Talon wake up and force wear it. Alright, so these guys are going to fulfill the trade order. Quest is completed. And then we are going to trade off these heavy leathers. Oh, wow, it gave us a lot of uranium, more than I'm going to have to sell it just for the weight. Feels bad, but, like, you know. Well, they had a silver grand throne for sale that I can't even remotely afford. I'm going to buy the Side Trainer Berserker Paul. Actually, let me see. Am I going to need that? Another thing I need to do out here is to set travel as the food requirement. Yeah, Bubbaloo, you don't have Berserker Pulse. So let's buy Berserker Pulse. That's a very, very powerful one. Alright, and then on top of all that, I was going to get rid of the Stallion. That was the asthmatic Stallion that was never really going to be able to help us. Oh, I forgot the bedrolls. Ooh, ouch. That's a big bummer. I really meant to remember that. So, a lot of what I'm currently building won't make much sense until it comes together. It's one of those types of projects. Visitors from Antalya coming in. Benway and Jack. Well, welcome, guys, to our little community. And a transport pod crash of Big Man. I like the name. Chemical interest and sickly. Ooh, ho, ho, ho. Aren't you a treat? Well, Big Man. You have 4 hours to live? I'll try to rescue you, I guess. But I really don't want Big Man. in the community. I don't know. He might not even survive the 4 hours. So quest, what is expiring? The prisoner... Oh, mech swarm prisoner. I really want to, as much as I want that royal favor, and I do, I think I really need to work on finishing this castle base design because it is so dreadfully overdue. So big man will be... Oh, and he's also an addict. This is someone I might banish. I know, evil, right? But I might banish. So field targets. Danishi, don't you have a freezer full of your own meat? Alright, Mathis is trying to get rid of the corpses that we've got, so that it's not so gross and nasty. It's about... Yeah, it's getting pretty warm out there. These, wargs need to get moving too. Alright, let's temporarily suspend the pack of survival meals so we can free up some space for the wargs in the butchery. Actually, you know what? Cancel that. There. Sorry, I'm just thinking slow. Yeah, no, that's fine. That. Alright, so these guys are just about healed up. Big man joins. Sorry, buddy, but I don't know. It's not friendly of me. Here, you can even wear your clothing. I don't mean to strip you, but please leave, you sickly drug addict. It's not, yeah, it's not benevolent to me. I fully accept it, but I only have so much patience for the useless pawns. Another thing it looks like I'm lacking is more steel again. Oh, and it's already queued up to be mined. Okay. Just waiting for the queue to clear up. Alright, this giant expansive zone could definitely be shrunk down and made into a much tighter zone. And, yeah, eventually we'll find a permanent home. Stupia and Shay heading home with anti-grain warheads and side trainers. Those anti-grain warheads are going to really help keep me protected from mechs and the like. You know, really dangerous enemies that are gonna challenge the base inevitably. Alright, you need a left leg. I will do a left peg leg operate, and then you'll be released. And this guy is just about ready to be released as 2, so that's a peg right and release. I'm pretty low on steel, which is why I'm not doing the prosthetics, which I would have done otherwise. All right, I'm going to turn this off as well. The purpose of this pod here is to return the Ashes of Melton. Oh, Marine armor just got researched. The Ashes of Melton over to the Royals as they are due. Let's get chocolate trees possibly. All right, so Zero, could you cremate Melton? And then we are going to gift. I'm probably going to gift a lot more than just the urn. So we're going to send a steel urn for Melton. And then I'm going to gift just a whole lot of stuff I don't want. If it doesn't give me rep, oh well, you know, it's not a big deal. But this is going to go to the Royals. Whether they care for the gifts or not, that's up to them. But I'm sending it anyway. Actually, keep my plain leather. Okay. Give to the Royals. Finally breaking down those deadfall traps. For steel. Alright, you're fully healed. And you decided to leave through my base. I don't know what you're doing. Alright, finally getting some repairs done. That's good. I'm going to temporarily move these. And here, as you can see, the... actually, let me expand this even more. The shape and form of the kitchen. Or Kitchen 1.0. Pretty messy right now, but it'll get there. This here, party spot, I'm going to move down here, and then remove a little roof here. This needs to be moved considerably. Which way you grab that? All right. So soon the whole kitchen is going to be relocated over to this new central area. We're just going to need a little bit more construction and downtime to be able to finish it off. It's getting there. And if it needs to expand, it needs to expand. We'll see. All right. Copy settings. Paste settings. Copy name. And paste the name. As you can see, it's a lot smaller, my butchery. I'm not planning on having it contain so many corpses like I did before. Just one. Strange, I know, but I'm going to put the rest of the corpses inside. Alright, animals that are haulers. You are no longer needed in here, or really here at all. I'm going to have to redo those zones quite a bit, I think. Alright, these shelves here are for meals. Zero. I need you to mine up a little bit. Mine before construct. Yes, that is true. And then lift the home restrictions, because that's why you're not going out there. I now realize. Now let's build a roof over this. So, this shelf is going to be for critically important for fine meals. And this one's going to be critically important for lavish meals. And I'm going to take simple meals off the table for now. I'm going to bring lavish meals up and fine meals up to 20. And then I'm going to pause when satisfied, unpause at 16. Then take to best stockpile. And best stockpile. And that should be these meal stockpiles. All right, I'm going to delete these old zones. So let's store our meats here. Now, hold on, I gotta delete this way. And vegetables here. So meats is important for raw meats. This will be important for vegetarian. Right behind us, in fact, I'll move these lights a bit. Right behind us is going to be for, so I got tea leaves, just so that we can make our tea a little bit quicker. Important for raw resources, plant matter, tea leaves. Yep, get that going. All right, before we start cranking out a ton of meals, let's haul. And then what we're going to have is a stockpile for just other stuff. So let's delete these zones. I'm going to leave the brewery, put the brewery in here. So this will be brewery. like that. And 0, you are mining. Oh, no, you're drinking beer. But you did mine a little bit. I need to start deep drilling for steel, I think. And processing more slag. Alright, if they're going to be using those doors dreadfully inefficiently, I will add even more doors so that they don't do that. This was intended for, you know, meals only. Alright, 0. You are mining up. Is this the last of the steel that exists on this map? It might be. It would be time to call in a bulk goods trader and get some deep drill going, I think. Because we are real low. Yes, all the guard posts and road posts can be used as well, I know. Alright, I'm not going to queue up any more research for now. I'm fine on research. These guys are about 2 days away, but that I'm just about out of time, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this tribal stomping episode. I know the base is, you know, sort of in the process of being changed around, and I really hope that next episode I can really tackle the core of the base. If you have any tips, tricks, feedback for me, do drop me a line in the comments below. If you're a patron of mine and you have a good idea for a goal or rule change or something like that, put that into Discord so that we can vote upon it in future weeks. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll catch you all next episode. Adios.